nosaltres, representants democràtics del poble de Catalunya, en el lliure exercici del dret d'autodeterminació i d'acord amb el mandat rebut de la ciutadania de Catalunya, constituïm la República Catalana com a estat independent i sobirà de dret democràtic i social.
Era un camino trazado, marcado, explicado, además explicado en sede parlamentaria, de forma muy transparente, muy clara. No fue ninguna conspiración para ninguna rebelión. Fueron todos actos parlamentarios, actos abiertos, transparentes, e invitamos a la gente de Cataluña a ejercer un derecho que tenemos, que es el derecho a la autodeterminación.
Esta nación se ha alzado para decidirlo todo de una vez por todas y todos juntos. Nadie nos podrá parar.
I think in Catalonia we clearly see an example of a form of nationalism that is fueled and reinforced by a very uncompromising and a very polarizing attitude of the central state.
Y hoy lo han constatado. Sabían que el referéndum era ilegal, improcedente e imposible, pero decidieron seguir adelante y promover un verdadero ataque al Estado de Derecho y al modelo democrático sin que le importase nada ni nadie.
Los estados tienen miedo. Tienen miedo no a la idea de una Cataluña independiente en sí, porque la independencia se ha habido en el pasado y va a haber en el futuro, sino Cataluña como síntoma de algo que no les gusta y que viene, que es un nuevo mundo.
Węgiel na Śląsku był od zawsze. Ale dopiero gdy znalazło się przemysłowe zastosowanie dla tego surowca, to tutaj ten region zyskał bardzo na znaczeniu. Kto miał węgiel, ten miał huty, ten miał armaty, pistolety, karabiny, no i ten miał władzę. I tutaj akurat na Górnym Śląsku pojawienie się na przemysłową skalę, wydobycie węgla z końcem XVIII wieku narasta i to jest taka lokomotywa dla całego regionu. Później XIX wiek to jest wiek pary, ale i węgla, bo bez tego węgla maszyny parowe by nie funkcjonowały, a w tamtym czasie to ta maszyna parowa była wyznacznikiem nowoczesności. Tutaj większość mieszkańców żyła z pracy w kopalniach, w hutach, w przemyśle ciężkim, szeroko rozumianym i na kolejne stulecia ten węgiel niejako zdeterminował to miejsce, ten region.
Catalonia jest z nami, Szkocja, mamy Szkocji, Katalonii.
Marsz Autonomii, który odbywa się co roku w okolicach 15 lipca, jest dla nas takim rodzinnym świętem, podczas którego chcemy pokazać, z jednej strony zaprezentować nasze idee, nasze wartości, nasze cele, a z drugiej strony jest to okazja też do spotkania się z przyjaciółmi, ze znajomymi, z tymi osobami, które podobnie jak my myślimy na temat tożsamości, natomiast na temat regionu. Natomiast to nie jest marsz tego typu, jaki najczęściej są widać w telewizji chociażby, agresywne, które głównym celem jest jakby działanie przeciwko komuś. My tutaj pokazujemy siebie jako Ślązaków, jako osoby przywiązane do autonomii. Pokazujemy to jako coś atrakcyjnego, nowoczesnego, kolorowego, godzinnego i zachęcamy wszystkich, by się przyłączyli do nas.
Jeśli mają kamery i opiloki, nie strasznie! Bezkierujący! Polska władza niech nie straszy Śląskiem i Ślązokami! Nie chcemy się odrywać, rozrywać! Chcemy samostać, sam na Śląsku, ale mieć swoja samorządność, swoja autonomia! Wspólnego 4 razy! Autonomia! 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 Autonomia!
The Silesian autonomy movement has been perceived as a radical political movement because most of the people in Poland do not understand the notion of autonomy. They don't know that Silesian voivodeship was autonomous within the Second Polish Republic. And we want this autonomy back because now we have self-government. It's solution implemented in all of the 16 Polish administrative regions, and this self-government is seriously limited financially, but of course there is one big difference if you compare it to the interwar autonomy of the Silesian voivodeship. We have no lawmaking parliament. Actually, there are no areas restricted for regional powers. We have to act within the legal framework established on the central level. Our aim is to transform the Polish Republic into a regional state with autonomous regions.
In the east of Europe, in Eastern European countries, we see that there are also a number of sub-state nationalist movements, for instance in Poland, but these movements have a lot of difficulty to gain broader support, also to gain a form of legitimacy, because there is certainly in recent years a tradition in a number of Eastern European countries, Poland, but also Hungary, of very strong governments run also by quite strong state nationalist parties and movements, sometimes also fringing on the authoritarian, that clearly want to very strongly defend the national unity, the unity of the central state, and who often don't even allow these kind of movements to really develop or to really try and gain more support.
Chcemy, by podobnie jak w regionach w Europie Zachodniej, mieszkańcy mogli w większym stopniu współdecydować o tym, co się dzieje w naszym regionie. Stąd też propozycja właśnie, by większość podatków zostawało w regionie, a nie tak jest obecnie, że podatki w całości w zasadzie idą do Warszawy, a następnie są rozdzielane regionom. Z drugiej strony autonomia daje też możliwość na kultywowanie i pielęgnowanie naszego dziedzictwa kulturowego, naszej historii, języka. Na Śląsku łączą się wpływy wielu kultur, kultury niemieckiej, czeskiej, polskiej, również społeczność żydowska odcisnęła tutaj duże piętno. Tak więc jesteśmy, nie powiem, że wyjątkowi, nie jesteśmy lepsi, jesteśmy inni, mamy inną historię i chcemy, byśmy mogli tą naszą specyfikę dalej kultywować i by szanowano też naszą różnorodność. W ostatnim spisie powszechnym w 2011 roku ponad 800 000 obywateli wskazało identyfikację śląską, narodowość śląską w tym spisie, w tym ponad 300 000 jako jedynie śląską, czyli Ślązak, tak jak powiedziałem, bez przymiotników. Reszta w większości przypadków Ślązak i Polak, taka mieszana narodowość. W stosunku do poprzednich spisów jest to bardzo duży wzrost tych takich wskazań narodowości śląskiej. To się łączy z tym, co niektórzy naukowcy określają pewnego rodzaju przebudzeniem śląskości.
Zajęcie moje to jest z zawodu, że jest ślusarzem, monterem, a moje takie poza zawodowe zainteresowania to jest malarstwo. To było mnie w domu, no ojciec zawsze mi gadał. Ja nie Polak, ja nie Niemiec, ja Ślązok i ja to tak przyjmował jako coś normalnego. Dopiero potem zaczął szukać, czemu my są inne, nie? Ani nie lepsze, ani nie gorsze, inne, po prostu inne. I zacząłem szukać, co ja mogę pokazać ze Śląska, z tego regionu, coś, czego nie ma kazindzi, bo tego nie ma.
I think we should work on ourselves and our mentality, because as we're a land in between the borders, we used to be in Czech Kingdom, in Prussia, in Poland now. We learned to keep everything at houses and also just adjust to what's happening and not get involved in politics. So we're like, yeah, whoever's ruling, they're ruling, that's not our business really. So I think we should change this, and instead of only saying that we are from here, start to say, okay, we are from here, let's do something about this. Let's remember our tradition, our history, and make our life here better, and let's get involved in this. Because we're also very traditional people, like most of the families have coal mining traditions or very industrial roots. And as it's slowly dying now, we need to change a bit and get more modern, get more into education, technologies, things like this. So I think we mostly should work on us.
Everything has changed, and I think many of people want to work in I don't know, in services, something like that. But it's very hard to have a work in mind today, because the mines are closed and the mines are not so safety.
I will show you how it's working.
This is a place where my father worked by, I think, 15 years. And I think for him that was job like other jobs. You must did it, and after did it, you must go to home. But some stories he told me, like like the rocks fell down, like the machines stopped because they have a problem with electrical elements, with hydraulical elements. And they told me, okay, so if we had a problem, we must solve that problem by this crew who were here. And they told me that everybody in that crew must know that, okay, if I had a problem, he helped me. I know that. Maybe it's conditions like that, I can hear you, but I know you helped me. So this is, I think, the best story of this place, because work are connecting that people who worked here. After his stories, I thought, okay, mines, I know that he built a new corridors, and that was, and this is what I think about what I thought about this mine. After I started here working, I realized, okay, so he worked here. That was that dangerous work, and now I can speak with him.
There is a quarrel about the notion of Polish concentration camps. Usually this notion is associated with the Nazi camps during the Second World War, that sometimes in the Western press are called Polish concentration camps. So they were Polish only in this sense that they were in Poland, but of course they were established and managed by Nazi Germans. But there were also real Polish concentration camps after the war here in Upper Silesia, but not only in Upper Silesia, also in the north, in Pomerania, officially for German population, but everyone who was not Polish enough could be sent to such a concentration camp without a trial. It's estimated that 30,000 people could have been killed in such Polish concentration camps. Most of them Silesians, but of course also, for example, Lemkos and Ukrainians, Germans and political prisoners. It's something that blurs our relationship with the rest of Poland, because every aspiration articulated by Upper Silesian community is believed to be some kind of rebellious anti-Polish attitude, anti-Polish and pro-German. And we cannot deny our bonds with German culture and German history.
I also didn't know as a kid. I learned maybe as a teenager when I started being involved in Rush and so on. But it was an unspoken history that my great-grandfather, he was taken to it wasn't concentration camps, it was this labor camps somewhere in Kazakhstan now. I think it was 33 people from our town that were taken, men, and only 9 actually survived. On the other side, his wife, my great-grandmother, she was taken to the concentration camps with her little kids that were just a few months old at this time. But the reason they got to the concentration camp was the number 2 on Volksliste. Even though my great-grandfather, he never fought for Wehrmacht, he was taken there, and other family was also punished for being like more German Silesians. So when nobody really talks about it, nobody knows about this. This is something that soon will be gone with people who actually witnessed it. So we need to really focus on bringing up this history and learning, because that's like the last call to do it.
łatwo.
Ja siadam.
We are focusing on the Silesian culture in general. Of course, not forgetting about Silesian language. Silesian language is very, very important part of our culture. And many politicians in Poland believe there is some kind of danger in teaching Silesian kids about Silesia. I know it sounds really stupid because I have no idea what kind of dangers we are talking about. Probably they are afraid that really aware generation of young Silesians who know the culture and who know the history one day will decide that they don't want to be a part of Poland anymore, and they will dream about I don't know what, about joining German Czech Republic or some other country. Of course, it's nonsense. You know, Poland is a very specific country when you look at its history. Polish borders were also moving, so when the kids are learning on the regular history lessons about the history of Poland, they are mostly learning about the lands they have never visited. Probably they would never visit at all. The big parts of today Lithuania or Ukraine were Polish in the history. Today they are in other countries. While at the same time, we in Silesia were part of other countries like German Empire or Austria before, and in the Middle Ages we were the part of Czech Crown also. So this is why our history isn't included in this mainstream official version of history lessons.
I think we can lost our culture, our language, if we start to work on it, because a lot of people who came here can't speak Silesian. A lot of families forgot the language, so I think we must rescue our language. So we published books, we write articles in Silesian, and we want Silesian to be a regional language.
W innych regionach Polski tego nie ma, co jest tu, na Śląsku. Te surrealistyczne powiązania historyczne, powiązania architektoniczne, to wszystko ociera się o surrealizm, taki mistycyzm śląski. I dopiero wtedy, że zauważył, że jest takie bogactwo tematyczne, już kolorystyczne, że nie wspomnę, to przedstawię w tych obrazach.
Many people in the European Union are disappointed with the very fact that the issues, the minority issues, have been left in the hands of the nation states. It's not only the problem of Poland, where Silesians, the biggest minority, are not officially recognized. It's also a problem of, for example, Greece, where the Greek nation state doesn't recognize Macedonians as a national or ethnic minority. I think that the Catalonian example should show the European elites that there are some issues that must be decided on the European level. If there are some conflicts between the nation state and the emancipating communities or regions, the European level is the right one, proper one to make a decision, because you need someone who is not engaged in this conflict to decide who is right, who is wrong.